and welcome to yet another episode of One Take. And this week, the focus is actually going to be on the poll-bound states. Important state elections coming up in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Mizoram. But why am I talking about this now? Because whatever political activity you're seeing in and around you, it's all actually immediately focused on the state elections. And that could be a build-up to the Lok Sabha elections of 2024. Now let me give you this rider. A win in the state elections or a sweep in the state elections does not necessarily mean that you win the Lok Sabha elections as well. History is given evidence of that. Remember, the Congress party had swept the state elections but had lost out as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. But what I'm asking you this week is, isn't it a do or die for both the BJP as well as the Congress party? I would say definitely yes. Even though people vote differently at the state level and at the Lok Sabha level, it sets the mood, it sets the agenda, which is why you must have already seen the BJP particularly up and about. Every other day we hear the Home Minister Amit Shah, when the Parliament is not in session, either going down to Telangana or he goes to Madhya Pradesh. The Prime Minister also can be seen either in Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh and so on and so forth. And the reason is plenty. One, as I just said, it's a question of perception because it sets the mood. For example, I would say it is even more do and die for the Congress party because in most of these states that I was talking about where elections are coming up, it's largely a straight fight between the BJP and the Congress, whether it's Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and to a very great extent Telangana as well. And therefore the Congress really needs to back up its massive win in Karnataka by saying that that was not a mere flash in the pan. The strategy which they applied there is also going to be working at the state level. That we are in the race, we matter and we can do it. That's the message the Congress party needs to convey, which is why it's a do or die battle for them. Also in these states which are coming up for elections, strong anti-incumbency. In Madhya Pradesh against the Shivraj Singh Chauhan government, in Rajasthan against Ashok Gehlot. Chhattisgarh, we don't see a very big player coming in from the BJP and therefore Bhupesh Baghel does have that cutting edge, especially with T.S. Singh Deo now also as a deputy CM. So that rules out that infighting in Chhattisgarh Congress for some time at least till the elections are over. And therefore the Congress needs to convey, one, to the voters even at the national level that they do matter, they can do it. Second, to the India front opposition that while the Congress says that we are taking a back seat, we don't want to become the Prime Minister, it at some point of time will want to flex its muscles. For example, recently when the no confidence motion was signed by Gaurav Gogoi of the Congress party, some in the opposition front were a little miffed, like the TMC and the DMK. They said, why were we not kept in the loop? Everyone should have signed it, not just the Congress party. But that was something which was soon overcome because the larger goal is to defeat the BJP and to keep that semblance of opposition unity alive. But how long? And why will the Congress party even agree to play second fiddle or third fiddle to what they consider to be regional parties? While for now they are not making much noise, but when we come closer to elections, they definitely would want to flex their muscles. And in case the Congress party wins in the majority of the upcoming state elections like Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and who knows, even in Telangana where they're quite hopeful of easing the BJP out and winning the Telangana state, the Congress party will definitely become a force to reckon with. They definitely, vis-a-vis, I would say, the India front opposition party. Therefore, it's a do or die battle for the Congress party. Second most important thing is, you're as powerful as your cadre is. If your cadre is enthused, I would say it's 3/4 of the battle won. After Karnataka, we see there's a certain amount of enthusiasm as far as the Congress cadre is concerned. But they would also be watching with bated breath whether the experience or rather the formula which was applied in Karnataka are now being replicated in the other poll-bound states is actually a successful formula. Now behind this formula is actually to a very great extent Rahul Gandhi, his team. Rahul Gandhi, Sunil Konagaru, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and therefore it's a test case for them as well. If the Congress wins in these states or most of them, it's going to be the stamp of the Gandhis which will writ large. What it does, whether it undermines the office of the Congress president, well, that's something which I'm going to talk about some other day. Now let's talk about the BJP, why it's a do or die for them. You know, if you talk to the BJP insiders, they admit in private that things are not always going well for them, in fact, at present point of time. They may be very strong-worded as far as the Manipur issue is concerned, but they do acknowledge, and this is something I had spoken about the last time round, in terms of global perception. Remember, all of this is coming very close to the G20 summit, which is going to be held at the national capital. In terms of world perception, Manipur is always going to itch and hurt them. That's one factor. Second, price rise, unemployment. These are the issues which are being taken up. But most importantly, I think the India Front Opposition Party is now emerging as a noisy opposition. Earlier, there would always be questions asked that where is the opposition party? They seem to be in a state of slumber. They are very aggressive now, definitely not in a state of slumber. And the BJP is also now having to be on its edge, has to be on its toes, and therefore you are seeing a lot of momentum, restructuring, reorganization taking place, because the BJP also understands it's a battle of perception. It's not a party which wants to be smug in its victory and accomplice and say, oh, we are going to be winning the Lok Sabha elections. They know in terms of win and perception, it is very important to win in most of the state elections. Certainly in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and of course in Telangana, wherever it can. But finally, why does a state election matter? It matters because it decides your strength inside the Rajya Sabha. We are seeing that how the I.N.D.I.A is slowly becoming larger. The BJP is winning in state elections, and therefore the quota from that particular state they win for also increases, and therefore till now, unlike in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, is the opposition's voice which is louder. The BJP is having to depend on parties like the BRS and the BJD, occasionally I.N.D.I.A to get its way. It doesn't want to do that in the long run, and therefore needs to win the state elections so that its tally in Rajya Sabha increases. And that's precisely the same reason why the Congress party and other opposition parties also want to do well in the state elections. Actually, the fight in these 5 state elections is the Congress versus the BJP Asmita and its relevance. And therefore, it's a do-or-die battle for both the state elections. Do you agree with me? Do give in your reactions on the social media timeline. Thank you so much for watching.